Hi again. I'm Sarika Bajoria, founder of Contemplative Designer. Welcome. Following up on my previous video where I shared an insight tool and practice about how listening with wonder can truly transform you, your design process, and the many relationships you navigate in your design lives every day. Did you get a chance to try the exercise I shared? I hope you found it fun and helpful. Please share below in the chat box how it went, what you found beneficial, and if any, what obstacles you encountered. I would love to hear from you, and if you have questions, please DM me on Instagram or LinkedIn. Today, I want to talk about momentum and the design process. Why momentum? Because let's be honest, how many times have we started a project with so much gusto and energy, but that motion forward seemed to get dissipated over the months and even years of a project where it just felt like it was such a drag and we wanted to be just done with it? We lost the momentum. Can you relate to that? As an undergraduate physics and math major, I thought, let's ask Sir Isaac Newton for some help here. In physics, specifically Newtonian mechanics, momentum is defined as mass times velocity. P equals mv. In design, I'd like to propose that we define momentum as commitment times creativity. M equals cc. On a major project where you are putting in a lot of hours and effort, even a little bit of ingenuity will really move things forward. Conversely, when you're in the zone and almost on creative autopilot, the amount of time and effort put into the design process can be a lot less, right? However, like momentum as a physical property, if either commitment or creativity in a design process drop to zero, then momentum grinds to a halt. We've already talked about creativity in a previous video, and I've shared a tool and practice from the Contemplative Designer toolbox that can help you access the creative zone when it's blocked. So here I want to talk about the other variable in the equation, commitment. So how do I define commitment? Commitment to me is the intersection of purpose, passion, and direction. When your commitment to a project is strong and deep, forward progress feels effortless. But when commitment fades, those attributes of purpose, passion, and direction starts disappearing into thin air. I'm sure you've been there before, right? Especially when the challenging or dull moments start to feel like the norm rather than the exception. I want to share a story with you about a project very close to my heart, where I found myself struggling with the commitment side of my personal design momentum equation, and how an insight, tool, and practice that I developed helped strengthen my sense of commitment to the project, and through that, helped me regain my forward momentum. I began the development of the Contemplative Designer framework and pedagogy several years ago when I was deeply inspired to synthesize my own design and contemplative lived experiences, practices, and insights into a structured program that would be truly beneficial for the design community and our larger built world. But I took on this big project while juggling many different design projects with their challenges and time crunches. And well, I'm sure you know how that usually goes. I tried to balance these projects as best I could, working on Contemplative Designer on nights and weekends. But over time, it became harder and harder, and I found myself exhausted, even discouraged, making excuses, slowly losing the momentum to show up and do the work, even though I had so many ideas and insights that I wanted to develop and share with the design community. all this time, I try to go back to a term and concept from my contemplative studies that I thought I really understood well: intention, and how intention works in our minds. Intention, it's a word we designers use a lot, or at least versions of it. The why of design. Why am I doing what I'm doing? It is common to think of intention, specifically an intention, as something that will happen in the future at some point in time. In his book, How to Understand the Mind, my teacher, Geshe Kelsang Gyatso, an internationally known meditation master, states that without intention, our mind would be motionless. The movement of our mind depends on intention. As I contemplated these words more and more, I realized that I understood this idea of intention intellectually, but not experientially. So I took a step back and began to carefully consider how, in the present moment, my mind was really moved when I had a compelling vision of the future that I wanted to bring about. Through my experiences, I realized that intention was not something in the future, but visceral and alive in the here and now every time I connected to it. Just like we design and draw a detailed blueprint for a future building, landscape, or space to manifest physically in our future built world, I started to design and draw a mental and emotional blueprint of my larger intention for the Contemplative Designer project and connected to it again and again, many times a day, especially during design sessions, every day. And it started to evolve with so much clarity and details over time. Soon, I began to experience my blueprint of intention multidimensionally, really experiencing it, just like I could experience and inhabit multidimensionally and through my senses and emotions all the different spaces of a building that I am designing in the here and now, way before it physically manifests in the built world. This gave me a sense of renewed commitment and a deep sense of creative uplift and joy. And before I knew it, I was back on the momentum train, chugging forward on this project that I am now sharing with you. I call this larger practice that I have developed connecting to a mental and emotional blueprint. This is a very important part of the Contemplative Designer 5-component framework, and I have designed a diverse array of exercises and practices to help you, the design community, envision and create the many layers of your blueprint and learn how you can incorporate it into your design lives to provide forward momentum. Here, I want to share a short practice from this larger set of practices that you can actually do right now. This is a journaling and drawing practice, and all you need is a pen or a pencil and a sheet of paper. So, you're ready? Select a current design project you're working on right now. It could be an urban project, building, interior space, or landscape. It doesn't really matter what scale or which phase of design. Imagine a time in the future when this project is built and alive, being experienced by the inhabitants or clients. And you are having a conversation with one of the inhabitants about his or her experience of the space that you and your team have designed. In this journaling and drawing practice, you can ask 1 or 2 questions of the inhabitant and write a response in his or her voice, paying special attention to the experience, feeling, and emotions in the conversation. For it to be a true journaling practice, you have to engage in a kind of stream of consciousness writing without thinking too much, simply allowing it to flow. If there are images that come up in your mind, see if you can capture them, document them in a sketch or a diagram. This practice is short and so imaginative and insightful. It has helped me clarify and design my own mental and emotional blueprint for Contemplative Designer and many other projects in my day-to-day design life. And without fail, it always helps get that forward momentum going. Please try this exercise and let me know how it went and what insights you gained. The key, as always, with everything we do here is to have fun with it. I look forward to your comments and questions in the chat box below. If you have found this helpful, please share with your design colleagues and friends. If you have enjoyed the videos and found the insight, tools, and practices that I shared so far in the different videos helpful, then I invite you to visit our website at contemplativedesigner.com to learn about all we have to offer. Specifically, I invite you to join our unique membership community where we explore the tools and practices that I have shared and many others at a much deeper level in a highly interactive setting with many fellow like-minded designers at all levels from all across the world. Are you looking for a supportive place where you can engage in generative conversations about day-to-day design struggles and breakthroughs? Are you looking for an open place where you can talk about all things design that you can't talk about anywhere else with a thoughtful, vibrant group of fellow designers? Are you looking for an inspiring place where you will be encouraged to push for new breakthroughs by like-minded designers embarking on the quest with you to becoming the designers they want to be? If you answered yes to any or all of these questions, then Contemplative Designer membership community will be a place you will truly thrive in. I will speak more about the membership community, how it works, what it can do for you, how it will benefit you, your projects and organizations, and how it is different from anything else out there in my next video. So stay tuned. Until then, let's tip our cap to Sir Isaac Newton for his groundbreaking insight and see how, when the momentum starts to fizzle in your design practice, you remember the design momentum equation and see for yourself how that jump starts your forward movement again.